Welcome, everyone, to the test edition of Weekly MLB Goods and Goofs. I'm your host, Justin, and I'm joined by the man of many mysteries, Joshua. Josh, how are
Hello,
you doing
hello.
today?
Oh, pretty good yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. What's going on in the last week of your life? Anything interesting?
Fucking work, but you know all about that.
Yeah, trust me, I understand that completely. Yesterday was a shit show. Uh,
Yes,
for
sir.
anyone that doesn't know, Canada had a major network outage because of Rogers specifically. Um, Cell phone home services were down for specifically Rogers customers, but also Interac, which is the debit transaction company of Canada, because for some reason they decided not to have a backup plan. Um, it was bad.
Very.
All right. Yeah. Thanks everyone for tuning in to this test edition of Weekly MLB Goods and Goofs. We are a podcast where adult language will most likely occur and already has.
Yep, my bad.
Um, no, that was actually on me, not. Um, we love to make genuine comments, and we do not apologize for that. Anyways, outside of that, welcome. Um, yeah. So since this is the first run through of the podcast, there may be some uncertainty of how certain segments will play out. We apologize for that. But we will learn today what's good and what's a goof. That's for fucking sure. Jeez. During the podcast, we will go over the weekly recaps, hot takes of cool players, weird facts, the 60-second guess, the useless over under, what hats did he wear, the always fun starting nine draft, and a final thought. If you have any suggestions for segments or anything else for that matter, including my attire, please feel free to message us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and we have a couple more social media that I've lost in my mind all of a sudden. On that
TikTok,
note,
you didn't say that?
let's. Yeah, no, I did not. We do have a TikTok as well. Weekly MLB Goods and Goofs on pretty much every platform that logically exists. On that note, let's get started on our recaps. First off, during the weekly recaps, we discuss at least three major things over the last week. In this case, this is our test episode. We're going to cover a lot of ground, a lot of stuff from the previous week, but we're also going to cover where the standings sit currently. Um, so, Josh, do you have anything that stood out in your mind before I go on what I have found over the last week?
Yeah, the Jays suck.
Yes, that is true. So, uh, I don't know what is happening with them right now. As a Jays fan specifically, I am quite saddened by how they are performing.
Mm, I can't
What are we
agree
fourth?
any more
I
than
think
that.
we're I think we're in fourth place again, just like last year at the end of the year. So and with the Orioles playing the way they are we going to be fifth?
Yeah, I have the standings pulled up here. If I'm reading it right, they're only 3.5 behind us. So, if they keep playing like they are, we're gonna be in
Oh,
last place.
yeah. We aren't far away from the Rays or the Red Sox though, so it's a
No, we're
tight
only a
division.
game.
And I want to apologize to Dave Roberts when I say this, but your opinion sucks. The AL East is the toughest division with four teams within 5 games of each other. And the other team just obliterating everybody, so we can't even say anything. Although they're starting to cool off as well.
Are they? I haven't really been following them
What's their
lately.
last 10?
Does Baseball Reference not show you the last games,
No,
or you
I
just
don't
don't
think they
know
do.
where it
I'm
is?
on the MLB app. It's fine. Oh no, they're still 7-3, but that's cooled off compared to what they were. They were 9-1 over their last
Okay.
10, so not bad. We will go over the standings here in a little bit. Yeah, the Jays suck, but we're going to start off with the Orioles because a couple things impressed me with them over the last 2 week or last week and a half. They're one of the first teams, I think. Actually, they are the first team in MLB history. This is a stat by stats from Twitter. The Orioles are the first team in MLB history to allow a game tying or go ahead home run in the seventh, eighth, and ninth innings and still win the game.
Crazy. I saw that too. That's ridiculous.
it's insane. But the other factor with it as well is not only did they win that game by a walk-off, they've actually won two others in the last week and a half as well. So that is three walk-off games in 5 games that they've played.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So the Orioles are on a tear again. Borderline about to take out the Jays in the AL East if things continue the way they are. And they could literally be a team to be reckoned with for the season. They have a chance. They're in the playoff contentions,
Yeah.
according to MLB.com. So it's a possibility.
I mean, they're on a hot streak, 6 in a row. Like you said, 3 walk-offs. That's ridiculous.
It's
And they're
absolutely
playing an
insane.
Angels team that can't get their head out of their ass, so they've got
Yeah,
a good chance.
it's funny because they've won 6 in a row, but they lost 4 in a row at least prior to that. So talk about a team of swing.
Yeah. They lost
All right.
the last 2 of that 4 in a row there was walk-offs too, so they know how to, do it and lose to it, I guess, right?
Yeah, they are closing in on the Yankees for the most walk-off wins at this rate.
7 this season so far.
Oh yeah, you can see that on Baseball Reference. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, good stuff. Let's talk about the Brewers
The
for a minute. They
Brewers.
had a game this past Monday, which would have been July 4th. And they walked off the Cubs in a game that featured 3 home runs that were really unique. Um, in the article that I found, we had Nelson Velasquez with his first career home run. Seiya Suzuki had an inside the park home run, and Victor Caratini, I love that name, had a walk-off home run. This is the first time in the 140 plus years of MLB where first career home run inside the Parker and walk-off all happened in the same game by 3 different players.
That's crazy.
The only thing that would have been more intense is if all 3 came from the same person at the same time. That would have been crazy.
True. I only saw the inside the park home run. I didn't realize the other stuff was in that same game. That's awesome.
No, 100%. So the joys of finding this info off of Twitter. I love Twitter. Nike. I think it's Nike. Nike's the one that does the City Connect uniforms, if I'm not mistaken.
They are. You're correct on that.
Okay, so there are currently 16 teams out of the 30 that do not have City Connect uniforms. And from what I can tell, 4 of them are in the AL East alone. Teams without City Connect uniforms are as follows. The Oakland Athletics, which if they ever make it, is kind of pointless because they're talking about moving anyways.
True.
The Toronto Blue Jays, Baltimore Orioles are on there. The Atlanta Braves, St. Louis Cardinals, Cleveland Guardians, Seattle Mariners, New York Mets, Tampa Bay Rays, New York Yankees. Surprising, both New York teams don't. The Minnesota Twins, Texas Rangers, Pittsburgh Pirates, which, I mean, let's be real, if they did, they'd be wearing funky hats just like Los Angeles did. I don't remember if I said them already. Detroit Tigers, Cincinnati Reds, and the Philadelphia Phillies. All 16 teams there. So a lot of them on the East Coast.
Yeah. The Jays one, man.
Boston.
That would be cool, though. Sorry,
Oh, the
cut you off.
Jays would be amazing. No worries. I think there might be bird wings if the Jays did one. That would be
Ooh,
fantastic.
that would be cool. You know what I think
Um,
they could do, and I don't know how it would work with the whole Nike thing, but you know how the Raptors have like that collaboration with Drake? I think the Jays should do something like that. That'd be sick.
have a collaboration with somebody. That would be
Yeah.
fantastic, honestly.
Maybe not Drake, but like somebody from the city or something. That'd be cool.
I mean, as of right now, Manoa is their spokesperson, I swear. Dude's on fire this season. We'll get talking about some players in a little bit. So the All-Star lineups have been posted as of yesterday, I do believe, last night. Just so everybody's aware, we are recording this on Saturday the 9th, so some things are going to be changed possibly by the time you actually see this. But yeah, as of Friday the 8th, the AL and NL starters are out. And let's start with the American League because 2 teams have 2 players starting out of the starting 9 for them. We're going to start behind the dish with Alejandro Kirk, which blew Trevino out of the water. And anybody who thought Trevino had a shot, I'm sorry, he had no chance.
Captain Kirk, well deserved.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody was wearing the captain stuff with the Jays over the past week. It was intense. First base, you have Vladdy. Without a doubt, I personally think that actually isn't the best pick as much as I am a Jays fan. Vladdy has been mediocre this year.
Miss. He goes on a hot streak, then he can't hit the ball worth shit.
Yeah, he's called ground out Vladdy for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. In the middle, we have Tim Anderson, TA7, and Jose Altuve. As much as I'm not a fan of Houston because of 2017, I am starting to like Altuve again. He is really a strong contender this year, although I'm kind of sad about Yordan and with the whole Shohei thing. Shohei is the DH. Whether or not he pitches in the All-Star game, I'm sure will happen too, just because.
Shohei's a unicorn.
Oh, yes, definitely. Rafael Devers, or Raffy Devers, at third base. Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge on both sides of the outfield with the Trout himself fishing in the center. So that is a great all-star lineup for the most part. I can see Vladdy batting 7th or 8th with that lineup. There's so many good players. So many
Kirk
good
at the
players on that
cleanup
team.
spot, I'm telling you.
Oh, if he doesn't, I'm going to actually be a little sad. He's been bombed the last going off. Or most of the season, for that matter.
Not true, yeah.
Let's talk about the National League for a second, though, because this one sparked some concerns from some fans, and I might be able to pick some of that up. We're going to start with Bryce Harper, who I'm pretty sure is on the IL still.
He is. I don't know for how
So,
long, but let's see if I
my
can
guess
find him.
is he has a chance to come back. While Josh is looking that up, I'll continue. Wilson Contreras got the nod behind the plate. His brother is also just as good, let's be real. Just a little bit more time to work on his craft. Manny Machado and Paul Goldschmidt on the corners. Trey Turner and Jazz Chisholm Jr. up the middle with Jock Peterson, Ronald Acuna Jr., and Mookie Betts rounding out the outfield. I have to say this. Fernando Tatis Jr. should have not even made it to that second round. How he had, I think he was in third place in the first round. Sorry, he shouldn't even been on the ballot to begin with. He hadn't played much this season at all, so I don't know how he got recording or how he got recording votes. There you go. But he got votes and lots of them for someone who hasn't played pretty much at all this season.
The All-Star is a popularity contest.
It really is. Honestly,
some people would say, anyways.
The fans should be able to vote once and that's it, and be accounted for about 25% of the votes. The players get 75. Players and coaches. Like, let's be real here. Yes, these guys should be held. Like, everybody should look at statistics. I know I saw some people's ballots have all Jays or all Yankees or all whatever, right? But just because an entire team is doing well, some players were still only batting 100 something on the Yankees. So no, not everyone's deserving. My personal opinion.
Agreed.
All right. So now that we are done with that shenanigans, there's one other thing I want to take into account right now, and that is the Game Day. It's a group on Facebook, and I'm sure other places as well. I found them on Facebook personally. They have done the All MLB First Team, which is basically the number one player at each position, regardless of which league they play in or what team they play for. And generally, it's based on statistics. So we're going to start by position, go 1 through 10, 10 being DH, 1 being pitcher. It starts off with Clay Holmes
He's
as a reliever.
Yeah, okay. Yankees, right?
The Yankees, yep. 0.49 ERA, 0.73 WHIP, and 15 saves. He is the reason that the Yankees have this massive lead.
Yeah, I would say. How many games did he play, does it say?
It doesn't say that on there, but if you want to look that up, by all means, go for it. Did you find out about
Yeah, he got
Bryce
hit
Harper?
by a pitch. MLB.com about 4 days ago posted Bryce Harper guaranteed Tuesday, which would have been like the 5th or whatever, that he will play again in 2022. He just didn't give an exact date, but he has a fractured left thumb.
Oh yeah, because he got hit by the pitch. Yeah, and that
Yeah.
didn't look pretty. And it's not the first time he's had that happen.
I
In a
know I've
sense,
seen it, but I can't recall it. Clay Holmes, he played 37 games, so decent chunk.
and 15 saves, so he's not regularly a save situation guy. Could have been. Oh, it's the injury to
Chapman.
Chapman. Yeah, Aroldis Chapman.
And according to
Sandy
Baseball
Alcantara.
Reference, he has 16 saves now, so even better.
Oh, okay, so this was as of 2 days ago, so that would
Okay.
make sense. Sandy Alcantara is the starting pitcher of this all MLB first team. 195 ERA with a .95 WHIP, over 115 innings pitched as of a couple days ago.
I
Absolutely
would.
insane.
You're right. If I had to vote for the Cy Young, he would be my number one pick right now.
Honestly, in the NL, yes. In the AL, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look through my stuff, but the closest right now is Gosman is out as Cy Young at this point, but Manoah still has a shot. Jays wise only. I don't know. I haven't been following everybody at the moment. Catcher, Wilson Contreras. Chicago Cubs, 890 OPS with 13 home runs and 35 RBIs. You can't get much better than that behind the plate, given that, you know.
I could see an argument for Kirk though. Like,
I
not to
could.
be a
The only
Jays
thing is,
homer, but
I think it's games played. I don't think Kirk has enough games played to really be
he has
considered for. That's the
75.
problem.
Okay. I mean,
Well, yeah.
does
It depends on, because I think it's all based on who qualifies for average leaders.
okay. Contreras played 71, so why isn't Kirk?
Oh, well,
Anyways,
maybe
go
not.
ahead.
I don't know. We'll have to dig into that a little deeper on our own time. Paul Goldschmidt, 340 average, 1.042, so 1,042 OPS, which is insane. Anybody over 1,000, you're definitely on this list. 19 home runs and 65 ribeyes. Goldschmidt is one of the best players in baseball right now, without a doubt. No questions asked.
Didn't he go on like a 29 game hit streak or something earlier in the season, which is
I
crazy
think it
on
was
its
on
own?
base. I think that was on base.
Oh, was it on
It
base?
could have been.
Okay.
It could have been. It could have been hit. He did have a long streak of home runs too, like hitting home run every other game.
Damn.
Second base, Jose Altuve again. I'm just going to preach it. I'm not a huge Houston fan, and to be fair, not fully a Jose Altuve fan, but he is playing good ball. Whether it's cheating or not, we don't know, but we're assuming it's not. It's an 895 OPS with 16 home runs, 29 RBIs. Not bad. For second base, it definitely is top of the list in the league. Third base, Rafael Devers. So some of these guys that are getting into the All-Star game, some of these guys that I'm mentioning, it's deserved. Clearly, their stats are great. Rafael Devers at a 327 average, 962 OPS with 17 home runs, 46 RBIs. Anything above 40 RBIs is good. You're a team player. Because at the end of the season, you want to be around 100 or more to be considered an elite player, and they're about halfway there.
Yeah, I didn't realize how good of a season he was having, to be honest with you.
Well, and being a Jays fan, you don't look at the Red Sox that much now, do we?
No, no, you're right.
Shortstop Dansby Swanson, or as I call him, Dansby Swanson. Swanson dinners. I missed those. Those were good. 304 average, 868 OPS with 14 home runs, 49 RBIs. This guy is an RBI machine.
As of today, he has 14 stolen bases too.
Oh, Dansby Swanson at
I didn't
14 stolen
realize
bases.
he had that ability in his bag too, but he did.
No,
Apparently, he does.
that's stellar. Let's keep that up.
Yeah,
He's definitely brave for that one, eh?
I see what you did there.
That's terrible. Another Houston player in the outfield is Kyle Tucker. An 841 OPS with 16 home runs, 56 RBIs. This guy is killing it for his team. 14 stolen bases, too.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, Kyle Tucker. I don't know if that's a current photo of him that they have on this. He kind of looks a little funny. I'll show you later. I
All
think it's
I
because he has A beard around and no mustache, though. It threw me off.
It's the same in his baseball reference picture. Yeah, it does kind of look weird.
Maybe he's got a new look going on this year, but he definitely looks different this year.
He's rocking it though. The only thing I know about Kyle Tucker, and I think this happened a couple days ago, is where he tried to steal home when was it Severino's pitch thing
Oh,
wasn't
yeah,
working. Yeah.
Nice try, but you got caught there, bud.
Yeah.
I mean, it was worth a try. Aaron Hill did it years ago, so
Yeah, that's
anybody
true.
can do it. Anybody can do it.
Imagine if he
Center
got
field.
away with it though. You know how pissed Yankees fans would be.
Ooh, that would have been great. I mean, both teams are just not my fan base, but man, I'll tell you, that would have been hilarious. Center field, I don't think it's any question. It's Mike Trout as per usual, with a 995 OPS, 23 home runs, 47 RBIs. That's about 2 and a little bit RBIs per home run.
He's like 18 points shy of over 1,000 OPS too. So it's Mike Trout though. You come to expect greatness.
Well, exactly. And speaking of greatness, again, I'm not a Yankees fan, but this guy has been on fire. All rise for Aaron Judge. He 981 OPS with 29 home runs and 59 RBIs, and undoubtedly one of the best players so far this season. Yes, his OPS is a little lower. He does strike out a fair amount, but this guy is mashing right now. Number 1 in the league. Actually, I think he has 30 home runs now. If I'm
He
not
has
mistaken.
30. Yeah, he hit 30 yesterday. I think
So
it was.
this would have been yesterday. So that's out of the equation. Let's take a look at the standings before we keep moving on, because we're talking a long time on this. I'm not keeping track, but it's been at least what our standard would have been on a normal one. Again, we're taking a little bit longer because we have a lot to talk about. It's All-Star coming up this week or next week. Sorry. So we want to talk this week about it, and then more next week about it as well. We're just going to go down through the divisions as they are displayed on the standings list. We're going to start with the New York Yankees, Tampa Bay Rays, Boston Red Sox, Toronto Blue Jays, and Baltimore Orioles in that order. Undoubtedly a huge lead by the Yankees. It will take at least a month of bad baseball by the Yankees for anyone to catch up.
I don't see them at this point falling off that much.
Now they have 3 in a row wins. Prior to that, I think their last 10 was like 5-5. So they're picking up some slack at this point. 726 win percentage. That doesn't happen a lot. Anything over 700 almost never happens. 650 by this point is usually some of the highest. So scary, scary numbers as any other teams in the AL East. Just trying to keep points in the middle. 15.5 games up on Tampa. Half game behind Tampa is Boston. Half game behind Boston is Toronto. And 4 games back of Toronto is Baltimore. We'll talk about the wildcard standings at the end of the AL East, or at the end of the AL in general. But as for the East, it's more so a battle for the wild card than it is a battle for the AL East right now.
Yeah.
Trying to keep that going. The Rays are 5-5. The Boston Red Sox and Toronto Blue Jays are 3-7. They've really just been flip-flopping. And Baltimore is 6-4 with 6 in a row. So they clearly lost at least 4 in a row prior to that. But fun times in the AL East. Again, sorry, Dave Roberts, but this is the best division in baseball, the toughest division in baseball. When you have 4 teams fighting for 3 spots in the wild card out of one division. Yeah. If the Yankees were down there with them, it would be even more interesting, but the Yankees don't want nothing to do with anybody else right now. So they're just basically saying, fuck you to everyone else just doing their thing.
Yeah. Yeah. This is like crazy. This is the first year of the 3 wildcard teams, correct?
This is. So 3 wildcard teams. We'll talk about it when we get to the wildcards, but yeah, it's going to be intense. And we'll actually talk a little bit, not today, but maybe in another section down the road about how the playoffs, the six teams per side, the 12-team playoffs works versus the 10. It's a little more interesting. Some teams get a bye, and that could screw up with some teams. So you never know.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting down the stretch.
Oh, definitely, 100%. AL Central, we have the Minnesota Twins rocking 8 games above 500. That's the leader of that division. So, that's where things get tough in some of the other divisions. 47 wins, and you're the leader of your division. That's insane considering the other two in the AL are 55 and 61 respectively. So the Twins are 4.5 games up on the Guardians, who are a game up on the White Sox. From there, 4.5 games back from Chicago is Detroit, and 4 more games back from Detroit is the Kansas City Royals. So there is a lot larger of gaps between teams, but again, the most impressive stat, and this is why divisions throws a lot of loop into the mix. The gap between the Twins and the Royals, top and bottom of the AL Central, is 14 games. The gap between places 1 and 2 in the AL East is 15 and a half.
Yeah, and that crazy.
Insane. So I would call it a tighter division, but it's only because the top team isn't just raking; they're just barely passing by. They're the only team above 500 in the division.
Yeah, Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland's close, but yeah.
One game, a win tonight. A win tonight would do it. Again, just a reminder for everyone out there: this is Saturday, approximately 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I think that's 3:30 Pacific. Is the standings we're talking about. So any games that have finished today are showing up, but games that haven't already finished or are in progress or haven't even started yet are not showing up. So that does play a role in what it is when you see it versus now. AL West has a strong deficiency, the largest gap between first and last place in divisions. We're going to start with Houston with a 655 win percentage, 8-2 in the last 10. They did lose one yesterday. I think one of those 2 losses that they have are actually to the Yankees. So Houston, who's 12.5 games up on Seattle. Seattle is second place and the only other team above 500 by 1 game. Texas is 3 games below Seattle. Another 2 games down is the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, or La. And Oakland is a whopping 9.5 games back from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
But they took 2 of 3 against the Blue Jays, so good
I mean, let's
for them.
be honest, they should have took them all. The Jays didn't deserve to
the
win
way
that
they were
2-1 game.
The way they were playing, yes. That being said, 27 games separates Houston and Oakland. The largest gap in the AL and probably in the league right now, to be honest, because Houston is like second or third in the league in general.
Mm-hmm. It is the
Now,
largest.
Yeah, that's insane. So talking wild card for the AL, the 3 teams in playoff spots currently, and with more than 2 games separating between the last playoff position and the first out, is 2 games. So, I mean, which is still possible because those 2 games are literally facing each other.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa is a game ahead of the last place spot for the playoffs. Boston is half game up. It's the 3 teams in the AL East, second, third, and fourth. Tampa, Boston, Toronto. But right below them, 2 games down from Toronto, is Seattle, who is 9-1 in their last 10 with 6 straight wins, including a interesting game, which we're going to talk about in our weird section here in a little bit. What ended up happening, and I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but yeah, some funky stuff happened with the notifications for at least Jays fans. I didn't see it, but I woke up to the news. The Oakland Athletics are the worst team in the AL right now, 16.5 back of Toronto, and a shit ton behind everybody else above them. So the wild card is currently wild. There are, within 5 games of Toronto, there are 5 teams: Texas, Chicago White Sox, Baltimore Orioles, Cleveland Guardians, and Seattle Mariners. AL is a wild league with 2 great divisions and one who's attempting to even try. Be it to the Central. I apologize to them, but they need to pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, the only teams I'm really at this point, the Jays, they're in the last wild card spot. Fine. At this point, I don't even think they deserve to be there, but they're there. The only teams I'm really worried about, to be honest with you, is Seattle and Baltimore at this point. to dethrone the Jays from that 3rd spot.
Could you imagine Baltimore making the playoffs and the Jays not? the country of Canada would probably burn everything to the ground, and I'm scared for that because we're in here. But that would be awful.
I mean, if
Uh,
at this point they deserve it if they keep playing like they are.
100%.
Yeah.
National League. The East is interesting because you have three teams above 500. The big one being the Mets at 619 or 619 percentage. 20 games over 500, but 5-5 in their last 10. The Mets are mediocre right now, but good overall.
Yeah. And
Um,
they're doing it without two of their best pitchers, so
I know who literally one of them I think went through a rehab twice
yeah.
already this year. 2 games behind the Mets is the Braves. Braves have been on fire 7-3. So have the Phillies and the Marlins. All three teams 7-3 over the last 10. Although the Phillies are 4.5 back of Atlanta, and another 4.5 back of Philly is Miami. And then a whopping from fourth place to fifth place, 12.5 games behind Miami is the Washington Nationals, the minor league team themselves.
Hey, they got Soto, right? Like
They
that's the
got
only
they
guy I
got
can probably name on that team.
That's actually the only guy I think I know on that team right now. Josh Bell.
Oh, true.
Pretty sure
Yeah.
Josh Bell is on there. I miss him on the Pirates. Almost said the wrong team. Um, the Pirates. I miss him on that. He played well. I mean, Josh Bell is a good player.
Probably going to be
The
traded at the deadline, but
Probably the Washington Nationals are 27 games below 500. Not the worst start of the season, but at this point, they're actually worse than the Reds.
yeah, isn't that funny?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a few minutes. A whopping 23.5 games between the Mets and the Nationals. The NL East is not as snug as the AL East, but there is some tensions at the top with only 2 games separating.
Yeah. And I mean, like you mentioned it, the Braves are on a tear right now. The Mets are just kind of, 500, and I honestly could see
Over
the
the last
Braves pass
10.
them. Yeah, over the last 10,
Oh,
yeah.
if that's an equal last 10 to the next 10,
Yep,
the gap is closed. Hands down, the
for
gap is
sure.
closed. NL Central, we got the Milwaukee Brewers, 11 games above 500, and 4 games behind them is the St. Louis Cardinals. And that basically makes the qualified teams of the NL Central. The other 3 teams, Chicago Cubs, are a whopping 9.5 games back of the Seattle or St. Louis, sorry, and then Chicago and Pittsburgh are equal, 34 and 50 each. The Cincinnati Reds, who had the worst start in several years of any team, have managed to come back to only 24 games below 500. 357 win percentage. They're 4-6 out of their last 10 with 2 straight wins currently, 17.5 back of Milwaukee from the top. So it's not massive, but wake up.
They got a
Wake up is
chance
all I have to say.
technically, but
I mean, yes, but this is the one division which has the least amount of teams qualified or qualified to be discussed in playoff picture at this point with only 2. So unfortunate. The As quoted by Dave Roberts himself, the best division in the league. Number 2, please, thank you. NL West. The Dodgers are 9-1 over the last 10, putting them 25 games above 500. They have won 5 in a row. They are 6 games above the San Diego Padres. 6.5 games behind them is the San Francisco Giants. 5 games behind the Giants is the Diamondbacks, and the Diamondbacks and the Rockies are both 37-47, tied for the last place. So somehow 37 and 47 qualifies to be discussed in playoff race, but 34 and 50 is not. So I don't know what happened there, but right now that division has a gap from top to bottom of 17.5, with almost equal gaps the whole way through.
yeah. And I mean, wasn't this when the season first started? Wasn't this like the team that never, or the division that didn't have, like for the first like 2 months, didn't have a team under 500, right?
It was something along those lines. Yeah, all five teams for like 2 months above 500, and that was wild. And now here we are.
The tables have
Two of
turned.
the two teams are 10 games below, and one team is splitting at
Yeah,
500 apiece. Let's talk about their wild card for a second. 4.5 game lead on the third place in the wild card is the Atlanta Braves. San Diego Padres are 3 games above the third place, and Philly is the third place. And they have 3 more teams looking in at 2 games, 3.5 games, and 4.5 games back, be it the Cardinals, Giants, and the Marlins. Not as tight as the American League, but both leagues have a lot. There's still a lot of games to be played, but there's a
that's true.
lot of potential for a lot of teams still. The worst team is in both leagues is roughly the same, 30 and 57 for the Nationals. The last team again for the AL is 29 and 57, so just the 1 win difference because they've played one less game. Both teams are playing absolute dog shit. So that is our recap for the week. And that's the team side. Now we got to talk about the players. This is what we call the hot takes on cool players because as half of them have been drenched at least a few times by cold Gatorade. This is where we discuss the hottest players of the week, at least identified by us and posts that we have found on social media. Basically, we're going to also predict who we feel is going to have a breakout week. So first things first, Josh, what have you noticed about any specific player that marks them as a hot player at this moment?
Yordan Alvarez, like, dude, I just feel like he can't miss right now. Yeah, so in his last, what's this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So pretty much since July, he has 3 home runs. He's only has 4 RBIs, but he has a hit in every game but the first game. I mean, off the charts. Like, he's getting walks. He's doing it all.
He's doing it all. That's great. That's what you want out of a player. And yes, Yordan Alvarez has had a great season. Missed out on the starter spot in the All-Star game, but I think he'll have a reserve spot without a doubt.
If not, then there's going to be some riots
Yeah,
I could
somebody.
see.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, really.
Anybody else before I've got about 5 that I need to go over here. I have in the charts here, so
I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't really prepare for this segment, so I'll just let you go for it.
that's all good. I've just been spotting things on Facebook, Twitter, anything. Basically, we're going to start off. I've already kind of talked about him a little bit. Sandy Alcantara. He has had 11 straight starts with 7 innings or more. His most recent was 8 innings pitched, only allowed 2 hits, not a run nor a walk. With 10 Ks, brought his ERA down to $1.82.
Like I said earlier, he's definitely going to be top of most people's Cy Young list, I think, for the NL.
Oh, hands down. He's had a great year so far, and I can see him completely just blowing the league out of the water for the rest of the season if he keeps it up.
It's just something about Miami lately with pitchers. They know how to develop them. It's crazy.
Oh, 100%. And, Jose Fernandez, rest in peace, his soul. He would have been great as well, and I wish that we had seen that as well. But Miami, like you said, has brought a lot of pitchers into the league and has had some of the best players overall. Just like the Pirates, they end up being a farm team. It feels like so.
I mean, they're in a wild.
Unfortunately.
They're only 4 games out of a wild card spot, so they got a chance, I think.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Julio Rodriguez of the Seattle Mariners has become the fastest player to reach both 15 home runs and 20 stolen bases in all of baseball at 81 games, beating Ellis Burks of 1987 from 1 game. Like he just 1 game shorter of a career. So 81 games.
Awesome.
So That's, I mean, they have a stat for everything now, so I'm just picking up what everybody else is putting down. That was brought to you by Season of Dreams, which was sponsored by Mattress Firm. Reading right off the graphic.
There you go.
Miguel Cabrera, as of a few days ago, Bally Sports Detroit posted that Miggy has reached 25th overall in all-time hits at
Wow,
that
really?
point 3,061 hits. At the time, he was 28 hits away from Ichiro for 24th.
Wow, that's crazy.
He passed Craig Biggio for spot number 25.
Craig Biggio had that many hits? Wow.
3,060.
Wow. I did not know
And
that.
actually, in the last week or two, Miggy has actually passed three different people, be it 3,053, 3,055, and again 3,060.
Wow.
And then it just jumps from there. So yeah, 28 more hits, not including what may have happened in a couple of days past to pass Ichiro. I think he's going to do it. There's no doubt about it.
Oh yeah, he's
He's on
gonna, yeah.
fire this year.
Ichiro's only like not even that much behind Dave Winfield. He's at 3,010, so or sorry, 3,110. So I mean,
I don't think he's going to catch Pete Rose, but you never know. He has an opportunity.
how old is Miggy right now?
Good
Miggy
question. Late
is
30s?
39.
Late 30s, yeah. The
He's
39.
gonna, well, I don't think he's
If
gonna
he plays
pass
a couple
Pete
more seasons,
Rose because he's gonna. Yeah, but
got a
Pete
lot to
Rose
go.
has yeah, 4,256 hits. I'm not
Insane.
saying it's not possible, but it would be a hell of a career. Miggy would
That
have to
would
play
be,
another like 15 seasons, I feel like.
well, probably. But you know what? He's killing it, and I think he's going to reach probably if he can play long enough, 3,200 probably.
I could see him hit around that, yeah.
All
And
right.
that'll put
So
him around 16th in the all-time
nice,
list.
nice. So most home runs since June 1st. This list is a stellar list. I'm going to start from the bottom of the top five. So three players tied for third place on most home runs since June 1st, be it Anthony Rizzo, Byron Buxton, and Yordan Alvarez with 11 apiece. Judge right above them with 12. Josh, I'm just going to throw it out there. Can you guess the player with the most?
Goldschmidt.
No.
And this is from since June, you said?
Since June 1st, I'll give you a team. Philadelphia Phillies.
It's not Harper, is it?
Nope. No.
True, he's been injured. Oh God, I don't even think I can name another Philly player.
Kyle Schwarber.
Oh, I forgot about him. Yes. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah. So Kyle Schwarber, 16 home runs
that's
since June
crazy.
1st. That does not include the last 2 days, roughly. Absolutely on fire.
He's got more home runs in June than most players have all season.
From June until about 2 days ago, which would have been about July 6th or 7th, 16 home runs. So 5 weeks, a little over 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Insane numbers. We got to talk about the unicorn.
Mr.
Shohei. He has gone 4 straight starts without allowing a single run. He faced the Marlins on whatever day I copied this from Talking Baseball. It just says 8 minutes ago, so
That's helpful.
I'm assuming it was 2 days ago because that's when I added a lot of this stuff. Shohei Ohtani versus the Marlins, 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs over 100 pitches, 10 Ks, only 3 walks. Season ERA is down to 2.44. He is a great pitcher. He is a great batter. Combined, it is amazing. Does that make him the greatest player of all time? Or at least of the current players? He's top 5 in my opinion. I don't know who I'd call the top.
I would agree with that. My only thing with Shohei is I'm still not convinced he's going to be able to keep doing it at a high level like in the next like 5 years.
And that's the tough part is longevity. Can we guarantee longevity? Let's wait and see. Good
Yeah.
luck.
If he can, then I I could see people making that argument as he's the best player ever, and I would be okay with that argument, but we'll have to see.
Exactly, right? Do I think he's MVP this year? I don't know right now. Right now, he's a great player, and he's doing it on both sides of the plate. It's amazing. He actually broke records a couple weeks ago with, I think it was like 13 strikeouts one day and a home run and whatnot the next, or going 7 for 8 or something over 2 games.
Yeah, I saw that, something like that. Did he
It
steal a
was
base
insane.
too or something?
Oh yeah, 100% stole a base.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Well, yeah.
So that is all I have. Like I said, 5 different things. Hot players, hot takes, and some cold players. These guys are doing really good. I personally would love to see from Monday on till the All-Star break, because this is when we're talking here.
Mhm.
I would absolutely love to see Alejandro Kirk go on even more of a tear than he already has. Pick up the team slack, because let's be real, they're slacking. I would also absolutely love to see all players, Mike Trout, just continue to mash and have possibly a Player of the Week award. If this guy plays at a high level so consistently, nobody blinks an eye and no one questions, is he playing at a high level? Because he's just playing at a high level. He doesn't
Yep.
get these awards because it's not out of the blue. It's just he's already doing it.
I wonder if a
So
lot of it comes down to team success, because him and Shohei are the only ones on the Angels doing anything, and it's not accumulating to wins. Obviously, like the numbers they put up are awesome, but the team, they can't win with just them. I guess apparently.
no, it's difficult too. So alrighty, so that basically wraps it up for the hot takes on cool players. Josh, you have anyone that you wanted to pick for having a good week?
I was gonna say Kirk, but you mentioned that. Let's go with Aaron Judge. Let's see him mash a couple more. Let's see him end
You
with
know what?
35.
35 before the All-Star break would be absolutely insane, and it's not impossible by all
No.
means. I think it's been done before, but to have 35 before the All-Star break with probably about 75 games, 70 to 75 games to go, that would be insane, because that would be possibly breaking a possible record if he just keeps smashing.
Yeah, and I could see it. I mean, he's got the talent. Obviously, it's just my still thing with Aaron Judge is I know he hasn't been injured yet this season, but with everything before, has he even played a full season yet? I don't think he has he? Except for like
I
2017,
don't.
maybe.
I think this is the possibly first, if not at least only the second full season
Okay.
so far.
Yeah. But
He's
I
already
mean,
been injured most years.
yeah, true. I shouldn't like Aaron Judge as a Jays fan, but how can you not like what he's doing right now?
Oh no, it's
Um,
insane.
yeah.
He's absolutely insane.
I was just gonna say he's gonna get the bag this offseason.
No, yes, he's well. I mean, he honestly knew what he was doing with the arbitration, so
Yeah.
he got himself in the midway there. We got to move on because we are taking a lot longer than intentionally even trying to do here. Next, we have the weird shit of the week. I call it this because some of this stuff is just absolutely insane. This is anything MLB related that we constitute as funny, weird, extravagant, etc. I want to start off with a minor league or high school league umpire. There was a video circulating around Twitter not too long ago where the umpire called a guy strikeout looking and then literally danced around the plate, making a mockery of the situation. Personally, a little uncalled for, but actually kind of funny at the same time.
Seriously,
Adding
I
some,
must have missed that.
I will send it to you in a little bit and let you have a look at it. But
Okay.
absolutely hilarious moment in the system. The Toronto Blue Jays had posted on Facebook and Twitter, vote all starters Trek. Captain Kirk. They had Kirk as the captain, and all 5 other possible vote goers that were leading as the other 5 in the picture. So they're having a lot of fun with the Captain Kirk side of things, and I mean, good for them. He's mashing, and they're making a really good campaign for him this year. All-star starter. Let's do it. Evan Woodbury on Twitter tweeted, Tigers GM Al Avila said left-handed pitcher Eduardo Rodriguez was put on the restricted list and is not communicating with his club. He went on to state in quotes, "We reached out, but he hasn't reached out back. We're just kind of waiting it out. It is unusual, but we have no choice but to wait to see what develops as we move forward."
Huh.
That was
That's
as
interesting.
of, I think, 4 days ago. He may have reached out since then, but yeah, he just did not show. He hasn't shown up. Like, he's just non-existent at the time, and I haven't seen any news on it since.
That's crazy. He's only played
That's
8 games this season, so he was on the restricted list, you said?
Yeah, you just got put on the. Well, I mean, where else do you put him?
Yeah.
That gives them an opportunity to move someone into the at least team's roster for games at the major league level. Because if you're not having enough players, you're just not having enough players. At Yankee WRLD posted a video, but the Reds beat the Rays the other day on a balk off, if you will.
Yeah, I saw that.
This
That's crazy.
this is hilarious. So this Patrick Kinman, he had tweeted underneath it saying, "We lose when we throw no hitters and we walk it off without even doing anything. We're simply built different." Too good. To play some context into it, there was runners on first and third. The pitcher moved his glove and then put it back to where it was, notioning he was getting set to pitch. That, as much as it's not really much of anything, I think does constitute as a balk because he starts the motion to get himself set, which, in case reverting back to your original position, is no longer allowed. Therefore, balk, runners move up a base, and runner scored. Game over. The ghost runner scored in the extra innings.
It's crazy. I mean, it sucks that they lost that way, but I mean, just how funny is that? Like,
Yeah,
to
too
lose
good.
by a balk. But
So this happened last night, and I got to talk about it. The Toronto Blue Jays and Seattle Mariners. The game went on to extra innings, where in the 11th inning, the Jays still couldn't do anything. Ryan Baraki, a former Jay, mashing against them, not allowing a single hit over the 2 extra innings, couldn't push even the ghost runner across. In the bottom of the 11th, Eugenio Suarez broke it with a 3-run shot. But according to the notifications, this is what happened. Blue Jays at Mariners. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hits a 3-run home run in the top of the 11th. The Jays are still trailing the Mariners 2-5. What?
yeah, how does that work?
He hit a 3-run home run, but he's losing 2-5. I can't. And it gets better. It gets better. Blue Jays at Mariners. Blue Jays beat the Mariners 5-2 in the following notification. Winning pitcher blank, 1 win, no losses, and it doesn't even say the losing pitcher. I don't think they expanded that notification. But it gets even more interesting. It then goes on to state the stat lines, the box score, I should say. It had the Jays with 2 runs in the top of the 11th, winning 4-2, and the bottom 11th did not exist. There was just a big X, as if it didn't need to be played. I don't know what happened, but it just has the Jays at 4-2, and the article says Blue Jays 4, Mariners 2. Good vibes. Suarez blast walk-off 3-run home run. This
The
is
more you
great.
read into it, just the better it gets.
So this is all notifications and stuff that I have picked off of Twitter. I do not have anybody's ats for this. I do apologize about that. But this stuff is absolutely hilarious. What happened? We don't know. There's a huge glitch. Everybody was losing their minds. Jays did lose 5-2, but apparently they won 4-2 and was losing 2-5 on a 3-run blast by their player.
Too bad
None of
that
that
win
happened.
can't actually happen, but
I think what happened is I don't think it flipped to the next inning, and Vladdy was credited for Suarez win
yep.
or for the Suarez home run. Great game though. The Mariners have been on fire. So unfortunately, that's that. They are, for the first time this season, the Jays will be facing Robbie Ray, because back when they faced last time, Robbie Ray, for many reasons apparently, couldn't make it to Toronto, so they bumped his start ahead by a game. A lot of people are calling it because he's not vaccinated, but he's never come out as non-vaccinated. where his start was before and his next start then would have been after. He just never traveled with the team. I think it's a sneaky way to put it, but it saves them from having to put him on the restricted list and call him out. I think we all know what it was. But Robbie Ray faces the Jays tonight, and let's take a peek at who's he's facing, because English is not my strong suit, clearly. Alec Manoah.
Yeah.
So we are having two high-level pitchers, one who's been on fire all season and one who's been having a debatable season, but has had a great season with Toronto last year.
Well, this would be like our only shot to win a game this series with Noah on the mound, unfortunately.
It would be indeed. Alrighty, so this one I do have to get the timer out, but we have the 60-second guess. We're on to the games. So if you guys have any suggestions for some games, please, please, please shoot us a message on any of our social medias. You can even comment them here on YouTube, or send us a message on one of our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. If you're listening on podcasts apps. So basically, how this works, as most probably already know, 60-second guess is pretty simple. You get 60 seconds, ask questions, try to guess the player. We're going to sound stupid because I have no idea half the people that he's picked, probably. We're not allowed to ask who the pitcher is, except if that's our guess. And we're allowed to guess as many pitchers or players as we want during the 60 seconds. Whatever time you have left on the timer, if you guess correctly, will be added to your next one. 5 players. So what we're going to do here is Josh is going to challenge me first. And I'm going to get the timer up on my devices. Alrighty, Josh, whenever you're ready. I got to ask you questions.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Awesome. Timer started now. Division AL East.
No.
Nope. I'll just keep going. AL Central.
No.
AL West.
No.
NLS.
No.
Central. NL Central.
Correct.
Cubs.
Nope.
I forget all that. St. Louis.
No.
I'm not going to get this in time. I'm really lost on my teams in the division all of a sudden, because who all plays in the NL Central anymore? Yeah, I've got 10 seconds to go, and I'm not going to guess it in time.
Worst team in the division.
Worst team in the the Reds.
Yeah.
Yeah. My timer's up.
It was Mr. Joey Votto.
Joey. Are you?
Okay, I'm good.
Awesome. American League.
No.
So it's National League. East.
No.
Central.
Yep.
Okay, so it's another Central team. NL Central. It's not the Reds this time. I'm going to get that out of the way now. St. Louis.
Yes.
Goldschmidt.
No.
Oh, really? Who else plays on the Cardinals? Pujols.
Correct. Mr. Albert Pujols.
Pujols himself. So 1, 2, 3. Add a minute. I have a minute and 27 on this next one. So I've got one starting now. American League East.
Yes.
Toronto.
Correct.
Pitcher.
Correct.
Manoah.
Correct. Was that too easy?
Awesome. Yeah, you made it a little too easy on that one. So I've got 2 minutes and 14 seconds on the timer starting now. We're going to start AL West.
No.
Central.
No.
AL Central. NL West.
No.
NL East.
No.
AL East?
No.
So it's another NL Central.
It is another Central team.
Cubs.
Nope.
Almost said Pirates. They're in the division. Ooh, well, I got a few more minutes on this one at least.
You got time to breathe this time.
Yeah. Cardinals.
Nope.
Would say Reds, but okay, I'm gonna guess Reds.
Nope.
Who all is in that division? I'm looking at the division, nothing else. I gotta figure out who's all in there. I said them all earlier. Oh, Pittsburgh is in the Central. Man, I'm stupid. Pittsburgh.
Nope. We give
So
one more
that means
team
it has
left.
to be the Brewers. That's got to
Yes.
be the Brewers. Who's on the? I almost said Ryan Braun, man. That's been a few years.
A few,
Um,
yeah.
Pitcher.
Yes.
I'm probably wrong in saying this, but Corbin Burns.
It is not.
Okay, I don't know any other pitchers on the Brewers. You know what? I'm allowing the use of checking lineups and stuff like that, but it
Okay.
does count towards your timer. I'm not going to get there in time before the thing goes off. I bet you 100%. Roster load. I have 27 seconds left. Ashby.
Nope.
The only other person I'm even going to think you would guess is Josh Hader.
It is Josh Hader, yep.
Okay. Well, that leaves me 12 seconds on the timer. We have one more guess.
1 second.
So that's 3 out of 4 correct so far. Minute and 12 seconds on the timer. Ready?
Yep.
All right, we're going now. We're going to start with American League.
Nope.
So National League East,
Nope.
West.
Nope.
Another you love
Another
that NL
central
Central,
team.
don't you?
Apparently.
Okay, we're just going to go down through the list. Milwaukee.
Nope.
St. Louis.
Yes.
Goldschmidt.
Nope.
Yeah, because of course you wouldn't have done him at all.
He's on
Fuck.
my short list.
Oh, no, you've got a short list. You must. Your name is supposed to be on there. Pitcher.
No.
Infielder.
Yes.
Arenado.
No.
Really?
Really?
Uh, how do you even know? Edmund. Tommy Edmund.
No.
Brendan Donovan.
No.
Edmundo Sosa.
No.
Who the fuck have I not guessed? Nolan Gorman.
No. Is he not considered an infielder then, maybe?
Maybe. So who'd you have?
Who is the player?
Yeah.
Molina. Is catcher not considered infielder?
Oh, you know what? Technically, you're right. He is still to MLB app. It is considered just catcher and then infielders.
Oh, okay.
But he's also must be on the IL at the moment.
Oh, is he?
Let me go 40 man for a second. Catchers, when it loads. Yadier Molina's on the IL. Going to bring it up for a second. On June 17th, Yadier Molina was placed on the 10-day injured list retroactive for right knee inflammation, which makes sense because the dude crouches.
And he's like 40 years old.
Yeah, so that's you know what? Not bad.
No. So did you get Molina in time or no?
No, you told me it was Molina after the fact.
Oh, okay.
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5, yep.
All right. Well, I need to go back to
So
my
we're allowed to
section.
look at divisions and stuff? You said that's okay?
Or yeah, you can look at lineups and whatever. If you start narrowing it down in enough time, by all means, go for it.
Perfect.
All right, and Josh, your minute starts now.
Perfect. AL team?
Yes.
East?
Nope.
West?
Yes.
Houston?
No.
Seattle?
Yes.
Okay. Pitcher?
No.
Rodriguez?
No.
Oh, who the hell else is on that team? Outfielder?
No.
Oh, infielder then.
It is infielder.
Okay. So you said we are allowed to look at rosters, correct?
Yeah, you're allowed to look at rosters. That's fine, but you do have 18 seconds.
Ty France?
No.
Oh God. Adam Frazier.
No.
J.P. Crawford.
Nope.
Suarez?
Not Suarez, no.
No. Oh God. Carlos Santana.
Yes, Carlos, and you got him
Sweet.
just on the nick of time.
Nice.
Carlos Santana. All
Carlos
right, now I need to go
Santana.
back. Oh, that was terrible. Carlos. Carlos.
I saw a thing about him the other day, a stat, or I guess you'd say, is if they eliminate the shift, in theory, he'd be the best hitter because he always hits into the shift, apparently.
That wouldn't surprise me at all. That would not surprise me at all. Your 1 minute starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
AL team?
Yes.
East?
Nope.
West?
Nope.
Central, then?
Of course.
Minnesota?
Nope.
Kansas City?
Kansas City is correct, yes.
Pitcher?
No.
Infielder?
Yes.
Bobby Witt?
Nope.
Whit Merrifield?
No.
Salvi?
Nope.
Hunter Dozier?
No.
Emmanuel
18 seconds.
Rivera?
No.
Oh, who the hell else? It's not Carlos Santana again, is it? Apparently
It's a
he's
different
on the. Apparently he's still on here, according to Baseball Reference.
Weird.
Yeah. Is it a catcher?
Alrighty, so Josh, your timer is up, and that was Nicky Lopez.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
NL team?
Nope.
AL, obviously. East?
Obviously. Nope.
West?
No.
Central?
Yes.
Obviously. Detroit?
Yes.
Okay, pitcher?
No.
Okay. Cabrera?
No.
Scoop? Scope?
Jonathan Schoop.
Scoop.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's not bad. So 2 out of 3 so far. Going on to the next one, buck 29, go.
AL East?
No.
NL team?
NL team, yes.
Central Division?
Yes. NL Central.
The Cubs?
Nope.
Pittsburgh?
Nope.
Milwaukee?
Nope.
The Reds?
Yes.
Jesse Winker?
No.
not on
Although
the
that
team
was pretty good guess.
Pitcher?
No.
Joey Votto?
Nope.
That would have been funny if we both did him. Jonathan India?
Jonathan India is correct. So that
Awesome.
leaves you 49 seconds. I just want to make sure I didn't back out of it. You have one more, so you're 3 out of 4. So if you get this one right, you actually beat me
Let's hope.
because I only got 3 last time out of the 5. Buck 49, go.
AL?
Yes.
East?
Nope.
Central?
Yep.
Minnesota?
Yes.
Pitcher?
Yep.
Oh, God. Sonny Gray?
Nope.
Where do I look at the pitchers? Chris Archer?
Nope.
Reliever?
Reliever.
Okay. Tyler Duffy?
No.
Duran?
No.
I haven't heard of half of these guys. Griffin Jacks?
Nope.
Emilio Pagan?
No, but he's actually very recognizable, but no.
Oh God. Older guy, like 30s and above.
He is 33.
Tyler Thornburg.
Yes. I tried to make it difficult on you. I kind of gave it away when I said 33. You could get a little bit of years on that. You did have 49 seconds left. It does not bank into next week. But wonderful job. Beat me at that one. 3 out of 4. Or 3 out of 5 for me. 4 out of 5 for you. Amazing. That is our 60-second guess, ladies and gentlemen, where we challenge each other to basically guess at as fast a pace as possible different things.
I don't think I would have got half of those if we weren't allowed to look at rosters.
Honestly, same, and that's why I'm allowing it,
Okay,
because
I'm
I
cool with it.
had to look up these guys' information. So moving on, now it is time for one of my favorite segments of every show. It is the MLB Goods and Goofs Useless Over and Under, where Josh and I put our skills to the test against most non-existent over and unders on the planet to determine who has the better prediction skills. First, this is not for gambling purposes. None of these really exist at all, and if they do, we apologize ahead of time because we don't intend on it at all. If you want to use any of this for your own picks and influences, by all means, but don't put your house mortgage on the line. We are not responsible for any decisions made based on our content. This is strictly for us to have a good time and for you to enjoy some of the games that we play.
Entertainment.
Furthermore, our over-unders from previous weeks will be listed, or for any week, will be listed on our Facebook and Twitters. Using those over-unders, you can actually place your predictions as well, just for shits and giggles, and see how you did in comparison to us. So that being said, there is no advantage to either of us right now. Normally, we would play this a little differently in the sense of one of us would have an advantage the entire time. We're just going to alternate. So, for the sake of it, Josh, your picks for the first one will be announced first. Just need to find out where my over-unders are. There we are. So, New York Yankees have 6 games. Over-under is 3.5. Josh, what is your prediction?
I'll take the over.
You're going to take the over? I actually took the under. That's what I wrote down on my page. That's just a hope. I know it's not going to happen, but 3 out of 6 or less, I'm okay with that. Awesome. Sounds like playing. Toronto Blue Jays runs scored over 6 games. Over under 28.5.
6 games? Next 6.
6 games.
Oh God! At this rate, I'm
This
taking
is-
the under.
Yeah, fair enough. I wish I would have done that. I did take the over on my list. Basically, what this ends up being is Toronto's been playing like shit lately. 6 games, 2 games. I think I can't remember who they're facing, but they have a 2-game series prior to a 4-game series with the Royals right before the All-Star break. This is effective Monday through to Sunday for any of these games. Continuing on. Los Angeles Dodgers home runs over 5 games, over under 6.5.
I feel like that whole lineup can take you deep. I'll take the over on that one too.
I took the over as well. All of these calculations, by the way, except for the wins one, is completely based on statistical averages, not just throwing random numbers, but I might come up with set standards of over-unders for certain types of categories. We're going to talk a couple players as well. Number 4 is J-Ram, or Jose Ramirez. They have an 8 games over 7 days scenario. RBIs for J-Ram, over under 6.5.
Ooh, hasn't he slowed down lately? I'll take the under.
I took the under as well on that. I think that he had a strong start to the season, and he's kind of settling down as well. And lastly, pitcher Charlie Morton, 1 start. And the prediction on earned runs over under 2.5.
I'll take the over.
All right, I'm taking the under on that one. I do believe that he's going to have an amazing start, and I hope he does. His average, I think, was like 2.6
Okay.
per start. It's not based on ERA. His ERA is probably a little higher, of course, because they don't pitch a full 9 innings every time.
Right.
But yeah, so basically that is our over and under. It's quick, easy, efficient. Alrighty, so welcome to the spinoff of the popular TNT's Inside the NBA segment, Who He Play For. We like to call this one, What Hats Did He Wear? And speaking of hats, I am currently wearing the show hat. It was the 2020 edition. I think it was MLB 20 or MLB 21. Pretty sure it was 20. This is the 15th anniversary hat, so it was MLB 20, the show. This is the 15th anniversary hat. Came with the game.
Nazi hat.
I spent my girlfriend calls this the $140 hat.
I was trying to look for a hat, but I don't have one here.
No, that's fair enough. This is the only non-Jays hat that I have besides work. One of us tells the other a player's name, must be a player from at least the 1980s or current. between that range. We have 3 strikes or we're out for each round. We each have 3 players, so we're gonna do those 3 players. We're gonna alternate back and forth. Basically, rules are pretty simple. If it was Derek Jeter, which we're not going to do, this is just our example. The only acceptable answer would be the New York Yankees. We will tell each other how many teams at the beginning, whether it be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or possibly even 10. I think there was one player at 10. Not for me, but in general. The amount of teams that's cleared at the beginning, yada, yada, yada. 3 wrong guesses and you're out after each correct guess, then we alternate. If you get struck out.
Because it's baseball, get it? And I did the finger.
Yeah, because it's baseball. 3 strikes, you're out. Since Josh started guessing, I think, last time, Josh, if you want to put me on the hot seat first, let's go.
Sure. All right. Cole Hamels, 4 teams.
4 teams. Brewers.
No.
Really? Okay, so I'm obviously terrible at this. Cole Hamels. Philadelphia Phillies.
Correct. Yep.
I knew that one. Cole Hamels. Who else did he even play
I was
on?
surprised about one of these. That's what I'll say.
Dodgers.
No. That's 2 strikes.
2 strikes. Holy fuck. 1 out of 4 so far for him.
Yeah.
Cole Hamels. Seattle.
That's your 3rd strike, my friend.
Wow, I'm terrible at this. Holy. I knew him on the Phillies.
Yeah, Texas.
Okay.
I remember that. Chicago. I vaguely remember that. And Atlanta. I had no idea he played for Atlanta. Oh, the Cubs.
Which
sorry.
Chicago? Oh, the Cubs. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Okay. No. 1 out of 4. So that's fun. My first one for you is something we discussed right before we started recording. This is and I believe he was in the AL at the time, a Cy Young Award winner from 2003.
Oh, okay.
It is Eric Gagne.
Oh. He was a relief pitcher and won the Cy Young?
Yes. He had 4 wins, and I think he had 3 wins, 4 losses that season.
Wow.
But it was the amount of
saves. Yeah, okay.
It was the amount of saves.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. And you can write down yeses and nos for you.
Yeah.
So section 1 out of 4 teams.
Out of 4 teams, okay. Padres.
No.
What? I swear.
No, he was not on the Padres. No.
Oh God. So that's 1 strike for me. I'm running out of
1 strike for Josh. Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all good. The Rangers?
Texas is 1, and I believe that's actually the team he won it with too.
Oh, nice. You said 4 teams, correct?
4 teams. 1 out of 4 so far, 1 strike.
So Texas.
And all 4 teams are in different divisions. If that helps.
Oh, great. No. Did he play for the Tigers?
No. 2 strikes.
Okay, 2 strikes. The Dodgers?
Dodgers is 1 of them, yes. That's 2.
Sweet. Okay. Oh, God. You said they're all in different divisions, you think?
They are all in. I don't think I know. I have the list right here.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, God.
So you're narrowing down a little bit.
Did he play for the Mets?
No, that's your 3rd strike.
Damn.
Alrighty,
Okay.
The other 2 teams were the Boston Red Sox.
Okay.
And the Milwaukee Brewers.
Oh, okay. I vaguely remember that. I think he has a card in like MLB 22 the show with the Brewers. Makes sense.
So he played I think in that order too. I think he started out a Dodger and then continued on. It was either the Dodgers or the Rangers, and I'm pretty sure the Rangers he won his Cy Young.
Okay.
Cool.
That's awesome. I didn't know a relief pitcher ever won the Cy Young. That's cool.
There's a few of them, and I might bring another one up sometime soon.
Oh, great. Cool.
I love throwing things in like that.
Great. My turn. Your turn to guess, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Edwin Encarnacion. He played for 6 teams.
6? Oh my goodness gracious! Was one of them not the Yankees?
He did play for the Yankees.
I know he played for Toronto because we all remember 2015, 2016.
Yep.
Didn't we steal him from Cleveland?
He did play for Cleveland, but we didn't steal him from Cleveland. He went to Toronto to
Seattle.
Cleveland. He did play for Seattle, yeah.
Oh, I'm getting good on
You're on
this
a
one.
roll.
I'm on a roll, 4 for 4 so far. 2 more to go. I don't know at this point. That's all I know. Um,
You got
I'm
3
just gonna
strikes to
throw.
play with.
I'm gonna throw some names. Dodgers.
No, it's 1 strike.
Um, he wouldn't have played for them. Um, Texas.
Nope, strike number 2.
Fuck, I don't know, man. I'm literally at a loss. Miami, just to throw a team out there.
Strike number 3.
Could you imagine if that was number 5? That would have been great. Who's the other
He's
two?
he started with Cincinnati and ended his career
Okay.
with the White Sox.
See, I would have never guessed either of those, but you know what? Those 4 in a row, that felt great.
That was slick.
That felt great. Um, Robbie Ray, he has
Oh
played for
God.
4 teams, and you should know 3 of them right off the top of your head.
Arizona,
Yep,
the Jays,
yep,
and Seattle.
yep. So those are 3. There's one more team, the team he started out with originally.
Oh, I have no idea.
That's what I'm saying too. I didn't know until I saw it.
Baltimore.
No, 1 strike.
That's 1 strike. Oh, Detroit.
Yes, he started out with Detroit. 4 for
I
4 with
remember.
only 1 strike.
There we go. I only remember that because there was a stat going around when he won the Cy Young that the Dodgers at one point, or not the Dodgers, the Tigers had like 4 pitchers that once they left the Tigers, they won Cy Youngs, and he was on that list. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's great. Cool. Last one from you for me.
Mr. Jose Bautista.
How many teams?
1, 2, 3, 6 as well.
Jesus, what are these guys doing? I'm pretty sure he played for the Mets.
He did, yeah.
He played for Toronto,
Yep.
and I remember him in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Texas.
No, that's 1 strike.
Could you imagine?
Him and Odor just fight every day.
Good old Rugi.
Yeah.
I just throw out the Dodgers again because I can.
Nope. Strike number 2.
Okay, so 2 strikes. I've guessed 3 teams out of 6.
Yep.
Seattle.
Strike 3, my friend.
You know what? That's fine because I have no idea who the other 3 are.
So Baltimore, Atlanta, and Philly. And to be fair, I think he only played like 4 games for Baltimore and like 2 for Philly. But hey, he played.
Fair enough. Alrighty, last one from me to you is Torrey Hunter.
Torrey Hunter?
Torrey Hunter. Torrey with 2 eyes.
Okay. The Angels.
3 teams, by the way.
3 teams, okay.
Yeah, Angels is one of them, yeah.
Okay. Torrey Hunter. Oh God. I knew the Angels for sure.
I think he spent a lot of his career with the second most of his career with the Angels. One of the other teams he actually spent 2 stints with, and that was his majority.
Boston?
No.
Okay, strike 1. Did he play on the Dodgers?
No.
No, strike 2. Oh God. See, when I think of Torrey Hunter, I think of the Angels.
It's funny because I don't remember him on the Angels as much as I do one of the other teams.
Oh, really? Wow.
Really. I don't remember him on one at all, but
Okay.
that was his shortest.
Okay. For some reason, I want to say Baltimore.
No, you're wrong on that one as well. Strike 3.
Shoot.
Ding, ding. He started in Minnesota.
Oh, okay. I think
and he
I
moved
vaguely
on.
remember that.
He spent like 6 seasons or 7
Oh, did he?
seasons total with them. So he started in Minnesota, went to the Angels, played a couple seasons with Detroit, and then went back to Minnesota.
Interesting.
I remember him with Minnesota more than anything. I think it's because of the video games I played back in the day.
Fair enough.
When the hats on the players didn't change in the show, and they had the original teams regardless.
Yeah.
Oh, back in the day, man, back in the day. The technology's so different nowadays. Everybody's picture changes regularly. You have realistic-looking characters, but back then it was far from it. Probably about as good a quality as the video that you're watching on my screen right now. My goodness, I need a better camera.
Me too.
That basically wraps that up, and we're on our way to our final main segment and the final game of this podcast, the one and only MLB Goods and Goofs starting 9 draft. I would have music to play, but I don't have a soundboard right now. That would be also nice. I got to reach out to a buddy of mine. I think he has one.
That's in the
So
works.
basically, how this works, I got to bring this up because my knowledge on everything is still vague. The starting 9 draft has a couple of catches, but the first things first, we pick 9 position players, including a DH, and we pick a starting pitcher, relief pitcher, and a closer. A couple catches is each pick must be um, each division is to have 2 picks. So 2 picks, 6 divisions. There's 12 picks. That's all we have. If someone picks yours, of course, you have to pick someone else. Keep everything balanced. I definitely did into my predictions. So if you guess anybody that I have, good luck. This
Okay.
one here, um, Josh, on the back of your page might be the better option, but you
Yep.
might want another piece of paper if you have it there because you don't want to keep flipping back and forth.
Oh, I do. Look at that.
Oh, look at that. So keep yours because you probably have your players written down.
I do.
And we'll try to keep it within the divisions. If we're not, as long as one is in each division for this first one, we'll be okay. I prefer if we keep it as standard as possible, though. I will have something better in place for next week.
We going down the list,
Josh?
starting with center. Or center.
Well,
Catcher.
center. Jesus, center. What is this, hockey?
Yeah. We're Canadian,
So basically, for this one here, you can pick whatever position you want to secure your guy. And Josh, we're going to start with you and write down your guy that you pick. I can't pick that guy, and I'll take him off my list if I have to. Joshua,
Okay.
we'll start with you.
I'll take Kirk for my catcher.
Fuck you.
I figured that's why I went with that one.
Fuck you, man. That screws up my whole balance. My whole balance. Jeez. Yeah, and that's why you do stuff like that. I'm gonna actually pick my outfielder first. Center field, specifically, fishy Mike Trout.
Okay. Was not on my list.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna pick one on yours just to re-contribute to your madness.
Who should I take here? Right.
I'm gonna
I'll
make it
take-
a slightly different rule here. I'm actually gonna do it as just one per division at least. That way,
Okay.
if we run out of that balance, at least we have one in each division.
Okay. I'm gonna go with my center fielder. And according to Baseball Reference, he plays center field. I always remember him in left or right, but whatever. Aaron Judge.
You know what? You're an asshole on that one too. How did you manage that? I had him under right field personally,
Okay.
but yeah, he's played all over the outfield. He's played everywhere.
Okay.
He's a straight up just standard outfielder. All right. I guess I'm gonna go with my starter pitcher because I don't want to lose him.
Okay.
Corbin Burns.
Corbin Burns. Okay. I like it.
Yep.
My pen is not working. There we go.
There you go.
Corbin Burns also was not on my list, but I like it.
Well, ain't that but a bitch?
All right, I'm gonna take. I'm not gonna worry about starting pitcher.
Now that I can't steal anybody from you.
I'll do third base. I'm
Okay.
gonna take Manny Machado.
You know what? He was not on either of my lists.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna skip third base for now myself. I'm gonna go closer because I love my pitchers, man. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna love this guy, Josh Hader.
Oh, damn it. That was mine. Josh Hader, yeah. Love his flow
Josh
too.
Hader. Oh, yeah, man. He's got great presence. I think he's still perfect, if not only one game that he's blown so far. So yeah, he's been really good this season. Best closer in baseball this year.
Part of your list is gonna be written in a pink Sharpie because my pen's not working.
That's fine as long as we get a system figured out for next week. That's all that matters.
Okay, so I gotta find a new. Okay, I can worry about that later. I go first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
Nice. He was also not on my list.
Okay.
Um, which is good. For my pick number 4, pick number 8 of the draft, I'm gonna go with shortstop and go with my favorite shorty of all time, Dansby Swanson.
Dansby. Okay.
Swanson Dinas. Ding ding, the oven went off.
He was
I'm
my
gonna get
shortstop.
so much. I'm gonna get a lot of flack for that.
Okay.
All right.
Here. I'm going to take my relief pitcher. I'm going to take Devin Betanson from
I
the
didn't
Brewers.
know that was even a player, so hey,
Yeah.
good for you.
Maybe. Oh, let me make sure
Um,
I pronounce that right. 1 second. uh,
I have something in my eye. Ugh.
oh no. Or sorry, not Betanson. Devin Williams. My bad.
Devin Williams. I was gonna.
Yeah.
No, that makes more sense now. I'm gonna go DH. I gotta
Okay.
do this. Yordan Alvarez.
Okay. I thought I had him. Okay, I had him as left field because he played some games in left field. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. I have him as DH because that's what he's best at.
Okay.
Apparently the Astros love having him there. Same way Jason. All right, pick number
Okay.
11.
I'm gonna do my right fielder, Taylor Ward from the Angels.
You know what? That's a good one. I don't even have him on my list at all. Even my backup.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Have I picked a third baseman yet? I don't think I have.
You have not.
All right. Well, my third baseman is going to be J-Ram.
Okay.
Undoubtedly one of the better third basemen in the league. Not necessarily maybe the best, but he had a really great start, and he's still doing all right. I think he's going to have a good week next week.
Yeah. Okay. I should have kept track of who's been or what I've already picked because I forget.
You're supposed to keep track of this now.
I know. Um, I'll just do my starting pitcher. I'll do Sandy Alcantara.
Oh, dude, you know what? He was not on my list, but he's really good. The reason
Yeah.
I didn't pick him specifically is because I had 2 other picks that were really good as well. So,
Oh,
um,
okay, fair enough.
yeah, good work on Sandy though. I'm gonna go with relief just to get him out of the way. Elijah Morgan from Cleveland.
I'm not familiar with him.
He is having a fairly decent season for a reliever. Actually, one of the best relievers. If you go through, I can't remember what. I think it's CBS Fantasy. He has the highest of non-closer relievers for points based on fantasy points.
Oh, okay. I will take my closing pitcher, Edwin Diaz from the Mets.
Oh, good pick. Good pick. I'm going to go left fielder, Jurickson Profar.
The hell do I spell that?
Just write Profar. P-O-R. Sorry, I can't even say. Profar.
Okay, perfect. I'm not
Profar.
familiar with him.
Look him up. He's actually really good, and he's been playing for a few years in the bigs, and he's been pretty good. I personally am. I'm a fan of Profar.
Plays for the
He's pro,
Padres.
and he's a pro, and he goes far.
Okay.
Terrible. I know. I'm terrible.
I didn't even clue in at first. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, that's normal for you.
Yeah, you're right. I'm pretty slow. I'll do my DH now. Andrew Vaughn.
Okay. All right. He's not bad. Let's go second base for me. Jazz Chisholm Jr. I
Mr.
think he's junior,
Jazz
isn't
Chisholm. I believe so.
he? Yeah. I just wrote Jazz Chisholm. I forgot whether he was junior or not.
Do you like
He's junior.
jazz?
That
I
was a
need to find
trumpet, not even the right. I can't do a sax.
a sax.
Sax.
Okay, I'll do my
All
second
right.
baseman to get him out of the way. Trevor Story.
Trevor. Okay. That's not bad. I'm gonna do my catcher, William Contreras.
Okay. William or Wilson?
William.
William.
And the reason I'm picking William because you took Kirk, but they're both doing good, and I actually like the a little bit of youngster out of William because I'm pretty sure he's the younger brother. He's having a hell of a season.
Is he? Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm only familiar with Wilson.
Well, that's because the Cubs.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Braves versus Cubs. Like, I mean, man, I love seeing them play against each other. They had the big hug and everything. I think.
Yeah, I think I actually, now that you mention, I do remember that. William is only 24, so yeah.
Not bad. 2 more picks apiece.
Okay, I am gonna take my shortstop, and I'll take Bo Bichette.
Boba Fett, or as my former boss used to call him, Boba Fett, because sounds very similar. He said, "What a name to have as a kid going through school. It's Boba Fett." Oh, too good. I'm gonna go with my first baseman, get him out of the way. Freddie Freeman.
He was my second pick after Goldschmidt.
Nice.
Freeman. And then my last pick is my left fielder, and I'm gonna. Well, now that I think, does George Springer count? Because he mainly plays center, but he's started in the left a few times, hasn't he?
I think he's played left a couple of times. He's more so goes over to right, but I would, you know what? Outfielder's an outfielder. I'll take.
Okay, perfect. George Springer.
Yeah. And my final pick, unless you've already picked him because I've forgotten already, Mookie.
I did not.
Mookie Betts. That is my team. I have them highlighted on my side just in case, but we will get that chart ready to go. And thank you all so much for this wonderful opportunity. We're going to have a quick final thoughts. Josh, what do you want to see happen next week, man?
The Jays to start winning. Is that too much to ask for?
Actually, probably. With the way Rogers has been and their network failing, I'm sure the team will continue to fail as well. It might be all linked together. Who knows?
Oh, fuck, maybe.
Yeah. Outside of Toronto, I would just love to see Yankees finally lose for once, man. Like, more than a game or two. I want to see that under. Let's get that under. Oh, I can't.
I mean, it would be nice to see it, but I'm just at this point. I think they're all in. They're not going to start losing.
They're dialed in, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It would take a couple of players getting injured, and I don't want to see anybody really get injured. Yeah, it would be nice to actually gain some ground on them, but our team has to pick it up. Their team has to slow it down. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, that's for sure.
It will. So that wraps up our show, everyone. Feel free to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify. I think that pretty much narrows it down right now. We're going to try to get on Apple Podcasts, but I got to find out how to do that. Furthermore, thank you for listening. Follow us if you can. Share our content. And yeah, thank you so much. And Josh, thanks for having the opportunity to do this week. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful week prior to the All-Star game. Go American League. Yankees suck. And yeah, go Kirk. Captain.
Go Kirk. Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk. Let's do it.